Adam Zaretsky. I'm a doctor of art and biology, but I wouldn't trust me as your doctor. I'm working with my son here at Kulturnih on a project of experimentation in hydroponics.
My name is Blue, I'm 14, and I'm from New York. I'm working with my dad on hydroponics in Kulturnih.
We're going through all the different processes it takes to make a hydroponic installation.
Basically, we're doing a system, like a water tank with a bubbler, with a pumice rock, so that the water keeps flowing.
And we're growing seedlings, and we're going to transplant the seedlings into sort of little foam things and have a kind of nutrient bath. And we're trying out different things, like different nutrient solutions, in order to compare how the plants grow. So that all sounds like science. I think the art is in the recipes, right? It's not that different from cooking. So like if we decide to make a different nutrient, we are allowed to name that nutrient. You know, we're allowed to sort of like have it be our secret recipe or share it with the world like good scientists, you know, and make it open source.
I use two techniques basically. The one is underwater sound recordings, and the second is a bit more experimental. It's about collection of different soil samples from the river and how to transform them into more constant change, like how to store a moment in time. Mainly work now with the Rio Mira and try to find the river's identity through different techniques. We as humans try to hear like fish. That comes from my interest in being a sturgeon caretaker. It's a very old fish. And I really wanted to know how they actually perceive this whole underwater world that is not accessible to me most of the time. So I use technology in the form of microphones, underwater microphones, to tap in.
How we can create new spaces in the real space or the virtual space, to create new identities, to create spaces when we can think collectively. At the moment, my research and my work are like more focused on the relationship between artificial and natural landscape, like the way we can make representations of nature through new technologies. I'm planning to collaborate with a musician who lives here in Charles to create a power nap, a musical nap that would be collective, with like light plays and live music with her. I'm really thankful to be here. Thanks.
I've been working on some drawings that I co-created with the sea and the river and the organisms that belong to those water bodies. And I usually work a lot with the chemical elements that are reacting during the process of drying of each drawing. So these drawings have a lot of different levels. There's the theoretical level in which I co-create with other living beings. There is the chemical level in which the chemical elements are reacting to create the drawing. And there is the microscopic level in which you see the topology of the landscape that I actually used being represented in the drawing.
My job here on that residency is to thinking about communication, especially about patterns of communication put in the interfaces. I clamp in that kind of mineral interfaces. And their patterns, which I found there, I mix together and prepare pattern of communication of the kind of embodiment of a relation in which communication goes.
Every time we were on a place where there was no imprint. And so it got us thinking a lot about the differences in the landscape. And I think we saw quite a bit of difference now where you see the landscape change and how dry it was now.
We hammer it might contain a fossil. The beautiful Dickinsonia. Do we have a hammer?
I have one.
Oh. Destroyed. So what's inside? Let's see. Maybe a sponge. A worm. A worm. I think a worm.
I really entered kind of different territory in myself, because it was so clear that we left Kilpisjärvi behind, and though there are people and though there is a hut, it feels like completely different.
So it would be like at some point to make a longer hike to check out.
Or maybe on a way back we even may walk from here and then make a trip.
There was this moment where the group was all of a sudden like, what's happening? But I think then it was quite nice actually how basically the plans diverged there. Yeah? And this was also something what we actually thought could happen, no? Like this decision making and I wouldn't even call it priorities. It's just like here's a point and here is a bifurcation.